Okay. Hello. I forgot about this. I forgot this was done. What a joy. All right. Now we should be good to go. Oh, good lord. Something that Tim and I have praised a lot in the in the Scarlet and Violet stuff we've been doing. Hello, Ritali. We've been praising the way that the let's go mode sort of auto battler thing you can do in Scarlet and Violet works, where you can just toss your Pokemon out against lower tier enemies and it'll just work. Love that. It's such a good way to just quickly gain experience. Something I like in this one, though, is being able to toggle between party members on that little lower right mini-map and just, like, make that do work for us. Just quickly toggle through who I'm about to send out without having to go into a menu. Like, treat it like, you know, main and secondary weapons. I think that's really great. Alright, I am turning the webcam back on because we don't really need to be recording this. We're just running around. Yeah, this game was well designed. I think that, like, there are things in this game that are well designed, and there are things in Scarlet and Violet that are well designed, and there's incomplete overlap, you know? That's kind of the best way I can think about it. Is like, yeah, it's there. Like, there is thought. I will, you know, I don't know. I will engage any day of the week in the discourse about what works and what doesn't in these games, but there's thought. Like, there is planning. There are things that work. There are things that really work. Like, I think the reason that, just to sort of, you know, be doing the thinking for eventual Pokemon Switch retrospective YouTube video, I think that a big thing of power in this game, and what I remember really, like, getting emotion out of me when I first played it, is how much it felt like this was the first time in a while that a Pokemon game was made where you could kind of feel the devs asking, like, what can we do to really make this better and, like, novel in meaningful ways for the player? Like, I came out of Sword and Shield being like, yeah, okay, that was alright, but I don't feel that way about anything in Sword and Shield, really. Like, I feel about those games exactly how I always have, which is that they're, like, kind of the most 6 out of 10 a Pokemon game has ever felt. Like, truly, there are things in them that are fine. But these ones, like, you go running around a field for the first time, you start, like, catching stuff and everything, and it feels like you are playing a new idea of what Pokemon is. And that's what you want from a thing like this. That is absolutely what you want. One, from a... It's a core entry, but like a more spin-off feeling core entry. But two, it's just what you want from, you know, a new Pokemon game. It's something that we've really struggled to find for a long time. And this game felt like a real oh thank God moment in a lot of ways. Let's evolve this beaver. So I know we're headed to meet the cowboy child and to fight Cleavor. But I don't know. There's a lot I don't remember about the exact details of what happens when and how. You know what I mean? Like, I remember a lot of details about how things go in this game. I remember, like, the areas and everything, but I don't... Other than the coastline area having a surprisingly good little plot line, I don't remember a ton about the individual plot lines that these areas have. Who is that I saw over there? Why, it's a bitty doof. Yeah, that's really what it is that the Pokedex in this was actually fun to fill. Like, I completed this Pokedex and I had a good time doing it, you know? And you cannot say that for all these games. I think, like, the main flaw, like, maybe the biggest flaw of Pokemon as a franchise is that, like, completing the Pokedex is a really unilateral task. In other Pokemon games where it's just you capture everything. You see everything, you capture everything. And I never really enjoyed being, like, Ritali, you're talking about being a completionist. I can be a completionist for certain kinds of things, but it really is only certain kinds of things. Like, I am a completionist for, like, unlocking characters in a game, but not necessarily for, like, you know, I've unlocked everyone, obviously, in, like, Smash Bros. Ultimate. I haven't done all of the solo mode things in most Smash Bros. Games. I'll do a handful of them. I'll do one whenever I want to learn a character I don't really know how to play. But, I'm not going to do that for all of them. I'm just not. And that's how I feel about the Pokedex, too, where I'm just, like, the act of catching everything in a lot of these games isn't all that much fun to me. Especially if it's back in the days where you had to, like, coordinate... Well, I mean, you still have to do this, really. But, like, coordinating trades and stuff like that. Like, I think trade evolutions are cool, and I hope they don't, like, ever get rid of them entirely. I hope if they deliver an alternative in more main series games to trading, it's, like, a hard-to-get alternative. Which is kind of what it was here, where, like, if we keep this Geodude in our team, eventually it'll be a Golem, and we'll have to buy that expensive link cable. Alright, there's nothing over here. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's, like, really interesting to see what these games do differently in terms of the Pokedex, which we all know is a big different thing, but is just really interesting to, like, come back to. And I like in Scarlet and Violet the presentation of the Pokedex, but I never completed that Pokedex, and it's because I just didn't want to deal with the old way of doing things again, and that's what that felt like. It felt like the old way of doing things. I am going to turn off webcam and record a little. Again, for eventual one-day YouTube purposes. As we go through this forest that I really like. Oh, it's a Bunnery. Come here. Come here. Come here. I love the 3 beats of keeping guard up and then the run. Alright, let's do this. Let's engage with the game on its terms here. I hope that, like, I haven't looked at all the gameplay things about Legends ZA, but I really hope that, like, there's still thought put into the act of going around catching Pokemon the way... I know it's... Slow down. I know it's more about battling, it seems, and that's cool. Fuck you! But I hope that there is still, like, thought put into this stuff. Hello, headache animal. Yippee! Yeah, and I don't know if you have a Pokedex in Legends ZA. I imagine you must, but I haven't really heard that mentioned. And we know, like, the main plot thing is the, like, tournament. It's like the thing Ash is doing in Pokemon Journeys, where he's, like, going around the whole world being part of a tournament that is, like, happening across the whole world. I think that's basically what the idea is. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to engage you in combat, Worm. Hi, Seraph. The Pokemoning goes good. We're just, my webcam's off because I'm recording right now, and I don't have, my separate program for recording Elgato is just not picking up my Elgato today. So we're doing this, and, we are basically doing for this game what we did previously earlier this year for Sword and Shield. And just replaying for the purpose of fun, but also eventually doing some kind of video about it. And I figured if I need to record some bits of me playing it, let's, why not stream the damn thing? Even just, like, hitting the right trigger button to throw the Pokeball feels good. There's just a lot of little things. I think the controls of these games, of this game, is very up and down. Speaking of which, the up and down arrows that you use to get to your menus, which feels insane, but I do stand by, I think you get used to it. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it. Oh, it's a Freem King Bee! All right. B footage captured. I'll probably do that again when we get to, like, a cutscene. And again, you know, like, I didn't capture any of the first couple gyms in my Sword and Shield footage. So I'm kind of just being piecemeal with what I think I'll need. Man, I also really love this remix of the Eterna Forest music. I think it's, like, phenomenally good. What does the mud do? I'm mudding you. Seraph, I hope you're having a good one. I'm doing this until probably 4, a little before 4, and then I'm going and seeing, Spirited Away, or not Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle is in theaters this weekend. As, like, one of those Fathom events, we know people will see the Ghibli movies forever, so we'll screen them forever, dealios. Ooh, Switch, please. This, I will say, my, not launch day, but launch year Switch, as Ritali will remember, who was with me the day I got it. My launch year Switch is doing fine on most things. I was just cross country for a week for work, and I played a lot of Balatro on the flight. I am finally getting into running the stakes with blackjack, and it's a nightmare. But I also unlocked checkered deck, and so life is a dream. Because that means it's toilet time. That means it's time to go full flush all day. So, like, that's fine. And I, like, when we did Sword and Shield, I don't think I remember anything in that performing really poorly or anything. But this, man, Legends Arceus is hitching frames in a way I do not remember it ever doing back when this came out in 22. Like, I do not remember that being the case at all. Got home for your side gig, bringing groceries. Love to hear it. Love to be fed. I got a membership to Costco last month, and that's been an adventure. First off, I'm not totally new to wholesale. My friend Joni and I, when we lived together, Joni had their family's membership to BJ's, which, is another one of those. And, Ratali, you're on a walk on the harbor, and you're tuning in live from the streets of a city you live in. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're having a nice time. I hope you're having a nice time. 2 sentences that can be spoken in any order, really. But I have become a Costconian, and I remember what that kind of life is like from BJ's, truly. And what's been interesting is when I lived with a friend who had a BJ's membership, we would just go the hour before they closed to try and, like, dodge the daytime crowds and just be there in the evening. And that worked pretty well. But the thing that I haven't really, that's not often as viable for me in my current day-to-day. I mean, it kind of is sometimes, but I just haven't really done it. And a lot of the time, it's just not what works. And so I went yesterday on Saturday. I was elsewhere in the country. I was in Colorado this week for work and got back Friday night, and I didn't really want to grocery shop then, but I didn't have food in my house because I've been gone all week. Hello, Niels. And so I went yesterday during the day, and boy, a Costco right outside a major American city, like around the hour of noon on a Saturday, is just a fucking nightmare. Like, it's exactly what we talk about when we talk about, like, we've done too much as a country. Like, it's good capitalism where it's, it's helping me get a surplus of things in a convenient and sometimes cost-effective manner, so it's at least, like, advantageous in that way. But as Ratali has just said, that is a PvP-enabled fucking zone. Good lord. So what I'm gonna do now, I survived, but what I'm gonna do from now on is, like, go in the morning or early morning or late at night, like, however late I can. The good news is, being a single person, it's like, the things I'm getting are things that'll keep basically forever, and so I don't need to go there all the ton or for everything. Yeah, Alright, webcam off for a minute. Recording on again. Yeah, first thing or an hour before closing, exactly. I need to figure out the best time to do that. Here's our warning, Axe Boy ahead. Warning. Warning, Paul Bunyan lives here. Paul Bunyan was he was a lumberjack. They use axes, right? Maybe he used a saw. I suppose I don't know. Hi, Leon. It's very funny how Clay from Black and White now has, like, multiple canonical family members. Because he also has a daughter in the Scarlet and Violet DLC. I'll do anything to meet Cleavor. What? I will fight you off myself. Yeah, I'll fight your friggin' Goomy. Yes, he has Babe the Blue Ox. And a normal axe. You're dragon, so electric isn't gonna do a ton. I'm just gonna do a strong quick attack. Because strong style doesn't affect turn order in this case for a priority move. Very nice. Yeah, Ritalia, I'm glad you're having fun. I do think trainer battles are pretty easy in this game. Other than the post-game fight against, what's his, Cynthia's ancestor. Not to be confused with Cynthia's ancestor. Making him an offering. There's his food and water bowls. His 2 favorite foods, served up with respect by his loyal warden, that's me, of course, is usually enough to please him and soothe the prickliest of moods. But even I, Cleavor's normal warden, can't get close enough with offerings now, not the way Cleavor's rampaging and rucking a monk. There's nothing an outsider like you can do. Volo! That's the one. Here's Iridia. Weird Cleavor Weirdeer and their cohort. The ancestors of Cleavor Weirder and their cohort drew on Mighty Sinnoh's power to protect Pokemon people alike, so it's said. It's by their grace that our clan, that any of us still lives in vast Hisui today. That's an interesting thing I'd forgotten about, is that, like, the ride Pokemon and also the warden Pokemon are, like, descendants of historically important Pokemon to the region. I think that's an interesting idea. I love whenever, and they don't do this often, but I love whenever a place in Pokemon has, like, local lore about a Pokemon that's not a legendary. That's something I wish they would do more often. That's actually in the, I have long had an idea for a Pokemon tabletop campaign that I've never quite cracked how to run, where the region setting that I came up with was going to be set in a region where there are 2 Pokemon that show up in, like, local lore in various places around the region, but the 2 Pokemon are always different, depending on where you go. And the eventual thing you would find out is that there's 2 shape-shifting legendary Pokemon that took the form of different Pokemon to solve problems and protect people and Pokemon in different places around the region. Yeah, Bertali, me too. I really want to do it. I may start trying to plan that again a little more. Alright, we gotta quell this motherfucker's frenzy. This was gonna be a region based on the Adirondacks, where, me and Ritalia are sort of from-ish. Instant travel unlocked. Thank you so much. This way I can, Nope. It's one of these buttons. There we go. We're gonna fast our freaking travel. Yeah, because the problem is I don't want to use, there is a system called Pokemon Tabletop Adventures, which has a variant called Pokemon Tabletop United, and I really dislike both of those. I've probably gone off about this on stream before, where they require you to manage full, like, stat-detailed character sheets for all of your Pokemon, And I think the idea that that's fun to do manually on your own is like so against what people would want a tabletop Pokemon friendly system for. Like, if I want to do math, I'll just like, my dad's a retired math teacher. I'll just call him and bang out some quadratic equations. Like, that's just not fun. Alright, so we're finding foods for Cleavor. Yeah, Seraph and Niels, I know you've seen a lot of this game recently, assuming you've been tuning into Andrew and Sam's streams, so thank you for being here. Oh, hi, Andrew. There you are now. Yes, Andrew, you've recommended that to me previously, and I've glanced at it, and I've thought about it. I need to, like, do a little more of a deep dive on it. Speak of the you. Hello! Yeah, I need to do a little more of a deep dive. That's enough recording time, which means the camera can come back on. Yeah, that's right. We're devising the throw food at the Pokemon plan. I know that my cat loves it when I throw things from her across the room. She goes apeshit for it. So truly this will work out. It's be here, pay attention to working on a bullshit PowerPoint. Hell, say no more. We're using our skill in Pokeball crafting to shape Cleavor's foods into balls. We're inventing, not quite onigiri, but round onigiri. Sorry, tea time balls. The fact that Sword and Shield were the most recent games when this came out, and so they had to make this motherfucker British. Yeah, I'd be happy to launch you at a giant bug with axes for hands, you motherfucker. Oh, man. Alright, we're going to Grand Tree Arena. Heights Camp. Great, thank you so much for telling me to... Hi! You're so cute. You're so cute sitting there. That's empty. Where does, there you are. There you are. Cyndaquil was my starter when I first played these. So I am simply always happy to see them in this. But yeah, Andrew and Sam, it's nice to have you in here since I know you've obviously also been revisiting these. I'm excited. I don't have a Switch 2 and I'm not getting one anytime in the near future, I don't think, but that's a like, yeah, that's not something I'm doing soon, but I am picking up Legends ZA, I think, when it comes out. I might just stream it on here entirely, to be honest. I might, at this point, I am having a lot of fun doing the Jay Plays a Game show over here, just with whatever I'm playing, or at least some stuff I'm playing. And that's one for, like, since I've been doing this, like, note-taking about Switch Pokemon games, it would be probably fun and expedient. Fun and efficient, my two favorite things in concert together, to just go ahead and stream that on here. So I'll probably do that. But I'm really curious how that one's going to feel as the second Legends game after this and after Scarlet and Violet and in the Scarlet and Violet engine. But as of right now, I am very, like, this is the best looking Switch Pokemon game by a mile, I think. By a fair bit. There's stuff I like about, despite the obvious, there is stuff I like about how Scarlet and Violet look. I think, like, the texture on Pokemon models is good. I think there are times where the lighting looks kind of cool. There are times where the geographical, like, construction of areas are really good. It's just that the rendering is terrible and a lot of the graphics are awful. And that's all I have to say about that, because we're not playing that game. I will probably do, I guess I'll do a normal, like, it's fun. Me and Tim are already doing our run through Scarlet and Violet. This is a fun touch. the flute summoning sound being the first sound you hear when you turn Diamond and Pearl on in the intro. Like, that's so fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole separate run of Scarlet and Violet, but maybe. Because me and Tim have obviously been doing one, but the one we've been doing is very silly. Maybe I'll do like an all shiny run or a shiny Dex run or something. Thanks, Diamond Clan. Yeah, you've been plowing through the story. I was saying, like, I remember the overarching plot of this game, sort of. But there's so much I don't remember. Like, in my head... Yeah, I'm really curious how Legends ZA run on a normal Switch. I'll let you know. Wait, there's no game sound? Oh. Why is there no game sound? Thank you for that. You should be getting it now. I actually don't know why that was not going. Alright, it's horse time. That's right, we have the rare ability to dash over hill and veil on the back of Pokemon. Are we fucking with the balloon race? Yeah, sure. What's up? Here I am on my horse. Do I remember this game? I love that, after doing this here in Legends Arceus, they did this again with Scarlet and Violet with Ogre Oustin in the DLC. And they were just like, yeah, let's do a version of this that runs at 1 FPS. Please, please. There we go. Fuck you. I'm not looking for a perfect score. I'm just looking for a score. Oh yeah, Ogre Oustin might be playable now, you're right. Imagine if you will. Reset Mochi. See, I played the DLC, but I really didn't like... I don't even remember what reset... Is Reset Mochi like EV resetting or IV resetting? Because I truly played those DLCs and that is the last thing I ever did in my Scarlet and Violet file. Like, I got to the end of the DLC, I did it. I guess I should revisit the Sword and Shield DLC. We didn't do that as part of revisiting Sword and Shield, and it probably would be a good idea to do that. Maybe we'll do the DLC Cup. We'll do that DLC. I forgot that would happen. I forgot I didn't have infinite jump. Okay, fine. Hi everyone, I broke my kneecaps. I would definitely really love to revisit, like... Actually, I like that idea. Yeah, who remembers fall damage? Why would you? I kind of like the idea of doing Scarlet and Violet and then doing the DLCs for both sets of games and, like, letting DLC kind of be its own part of the conversation, right? Maybe we'll do that down the road. Oh, hello, little fellow. You must be this Pikachu I've heard so much about. Can I be honest? I don't think I'm going to start right now. No, I have. I was about to say I've never used a Pikachu in a Pokemon game, like just a main series Pokemon game, but I think... I think I did in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. My memories of those games are just not solid because I was a huge hater on those games. Other than the expanded pool of Pokemon, which is... Even that, I was kind of like, who cares? Like, this doesn't hit the same way it did in Black 2 and White 2. Because fucking Sun and Moon already have a ton of non-new Pokemon. So it's like, why am I caring all that much about this? And then, yeah, I don't know, it's the objectively worse version of Lily and Luzamine's story. They advertised the, like, Prism World or whatever it's called, where Necrozma's from, as being, like, a selling point. And it's literally a staircase you go up and a platform at the top, like... Who are we fooling here precisely? Hello, Alexandrites! The gang is all here today. This is why I really enjoy a Sunday afternoon stream, is I feel like you just get a lovely smorgasbord of folks. But why were you not attracted to my fruit? Me going with my single gay friends to the club hoping to get some action, like, why are you not attracted to my fruit? Thank you, I think... Randomly guessing Claudia, but it could be anyone. When you have plural friends... You have to, like, yeah, I was like, that's a Claudia joke. That's a fucking... Not that there's not overlap, but sometimes you're like, alright, I think I know whose sense of humor is whose. Oh, man. Me struggling to enter the farmer's market space. Why is no one attracted to my fruit? Me when I've started selling at the local farmer's market, but it's literally the start of, like, fall apple season. And everyone's already got their brands they like, and so my Macintoshes and my Galas, and even my reviled Red Deliciouses, I'm cooked! I'm cooked! Hey, hot take, they're not my favorite. I don't understand why everyone hates Red Delicious apples as much as they do. Like, they're not my favorite. They were my favorite, actually, for a while as a teen. But, I've certainly gotten better taste in apples. And a bad Red Delicious does kind of taste like soap. But, like, a good one's fine. They do have a waxier coating. I don't know, I feel like I rinse my apples pretty well, and that... Does rinsing your apples not, like, lessen that? Are y'all eating your apples straight out of the dirt? Guy who doesn't understand that... Guy whose only understanding of fruits and vegetables is based on the potato and thinks that all fruit come directly out of the dirt. Galas are good. Yeah, I don't know. What are my favorite apples these days? I currently have some smokehouse apples in my fridge. I had one with some peanut butter to dip it in earlier. The kind of apple I haven't had before. They're very, like, green with patches of bright dark red on them. And my local farmy Marky was carrying them. And it's the stall that is run by a couple very nice trans people, and so I always try to give them some of my money. Support your local transgender orchard. And yeah, interesting apple. Pretty good. The one I had last night was really mealy, but the one I had today was nice and crisp and juicy. Pink Lady's good. Honeycrisp is also good. Professional potato peelers, but never seen a sweet... Had never sween a sweet potato before. What? Like, just didn't know what one was? Like, there are... Here's the thing. We gotta get into this. There are things that I totally understand never having seen or never having eaten. Like, you know, if you're in a landlocked state, you might have never had sushi, and you probably never had good sushi. But like a sweet potato is like... I don't know, man. That's a sweet potato. Not everyone likes a sweet potato. I totally get it if you've tried one and don't like them. They're kind of not for everyone. I love them. I love a, like... Is it Masamon curry or Pangang curry that has sweet potato? Maybe it's both. I also don't know if I'm saying Pangang right. It might be Pangang, but I think it's Pangang. Macintosh. See, Macintosh. I don't know what's going on with me, but I cannot summon to mind what a Macintosh apple is like. I know I've had them. Raina, I'm trying to remember, Vitali, I'm trying to remember what kind of apple me and the person I was dating left like 2 enormous bags of rotting on our kitchen counter when we lived together. Like an asshole. I just abandoned those apples on our counter for like a month and a half. That's one of my most egregious roommate crimes I ever committed, I think. That's fair. I figured, but I want to, like, make sure. You're gonna run away. What am I doing? We did have fruit flies, and we dealt with them eventually. I said eventually. Wish I loved a sweet potato. Yeah, I do love sweet potatoes. I make sweet potato fries for myself a lot. Living that air fryer life. I love them in a curry. I love them in just about anything. Yeah, that was something I learned from someone I had previously dated, which was apple cider vinegar. I forget if it was apple cider vinegar and anything else, or if it was just apple cider vinegar. But apple cider vinegar in, like, we had, like, tasting glasses from a event at a brewery that we used, but you could also use shot glasses or whiskey glasses or, like, I know these are all alcohol types. Any, like, relatively small glass, fill it halfway full with apple cider vinegar, put plastic wrap over that, poke a couple holes in there with, like, a pencil, and, the fruit flies will be attracted by the vinegar and get trapped in there and fucking die. Better if you treat them like a carrot than a potato. Often true. I assume they both have beta carotene in them, and that's what makes sweet potatoes orange. Like, I would imagine similar things make different brightly orange vegetables brightly orange. Drop a dish soap, Andrew. You're right. That was the other ingredient. Thank you. That's exactly what we did, and it worked like a charm. Fuji, I got really into making curry like 2 winters ago, and I gotta get back to it because I've heard of apple in curry and I've never done it. And I'd love to. All right, is this gonna be we do Cleavor now, or do we have to gather ingredients, I think, probably. I'll take a recipe. I did some great improv curry sauce like last weekend. I had bought some like tandoori spice marinated chicken breasts that were already marinated, and this shit is like tender chicken, really good spices. I buy this prepackaged. Very occasionally I will go to my local Whole Foods for something, and it's because there's like a couple specific items I can only get good quality there if I'm like doing it last minute and not making a bigger project out of it. I don't like giving Whole Foods my money, but like once in a while I will. And they have these really good tandoori marinated chicken breasts, and I wanted to just do like them in a sauce with like an onion that I chopped up, and I had Greek yogurt and curry powder and like chicken broth, and I just made a curry yogurt sauce. Obviously Greek yogurt is not standard for a yogurt based sauce. If it's like Indian spices, that's Greek yogurt and Indian spices are not like conventionally what you would do, but it worked pretty fine. The texture was a little different and like slightly lumpy in a way I didn't like, but not bad. It was pretty good. Iridia has brought Cleavor's plump beans. Thank you, Iridia, for Cleavor's plump beans. Sure. Let's fight you and your one Pokemon. Oh, you're not who I wanted out, but you'll be fine. There's that old switch hitch. At some point, we also gotta do Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which I no longer have my copy of Let's Go Eevee, so I will have to acquire one. I love Greek yogurt. With yogurt, for me, it's like the thicker the better, truly. Like, I don't really love regular yogurt all that much. I'll eat it, it's fine in a parfait, but that is truly like the thicker the better kind of food for me. Alright, fine. One shot my rock, why don't you? Oh, do we just have two actions no matter what? That's right, stat moves do that, don't they? Swords Dance. Is that a thing in this where stat moves often just give you an extra move turn after them? Strong Style should be fine. Yeah, this Glaceon really represents her entire society. You'll be fine. You'll hit first and hit harder. Yeah, move order is one of those things where I'm like, I think I get it, but then it confuses me a little. It'll find ways. Alright, now she completely understands why we use Pokeballs. We've changed her entire worldview. Very nice job, everyone. Give me 1 second. I just realized I need to double check something. I'm checking what time my movie is later. If I can find my fucking email from Regal Cinemas. SpongeBob, I guess. Is that what he sounds? That's kind of Squidward. 4 p.m. I'm seeing Howl's Moving Castle on the big screen at 4 p.m. today. Stuttering. Yeah, that's right, everyone. It's the frames dragon has come and he's hungry. We'll mash foods together, quell his frenzy by throwing them at him. They really couldn't think of, like, a better reason to be throwing things at Cleavor, huh? Like, I feel like this is a very shoddy reason to be doing this. Oh, Raina, if you're still listening, I took your advice on those Costco chicken thighs. And I have some in my fridge right now. I have some Farmer's Market pork sausage that I bought yesterday. And some Costco chicken thighs to balance out the price of the Farmer's Market sausage. And I'm going to make some kind of, like, either like a jambalaya or just some huge batch of, like, a rice dish with some peppers I got. And, maybe some squash I got. I love cooking and I love talking about cooking, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, no, we're fully healed. That's right. Cleavor, we also do fight you. Hibiscus will be perfect for that. I'm going camera off so I can record a little future video essay footage. Recording on. Yeah, I have been going summer squash mode all summer. And eggplant mode, and it's been fun. I've been cooking a lot of little gourds. And I will, Lord knows, do even more of that in the fall. Now the game volume is audible, is it good? Should I turn it up at all? I feel like there's a lot of, like, tonal notes to the soundtrack of this game that kind of average quiet. Oh, just that I was taking your chicken thigh advice. Grasha! Listen, genuinely, I would stream like a cooking show. Or do a funny little cooking show on YouTube. That would be fun. Boy, I feel like this cutscene is operating at a slower frame rate than it's meant to. I'd be down. We streamed cooking that one time, during the Orange Groves era, and I had a great time doing that. Alright, throw bombs until its frenzy reaches 0. Might be able to send out a Pokemon to battle against it. Noble's Guard will stay down for a brief time. Bombs may be more effective than usual. Wah! There we go. Very nice. Oh. Oh, no. Too late. Get out of that area of effect. This is another thing where, like... You know what this really reminds me of is the Team Star stuff in Scarlet and Violet, because it's an attempt to do like real-time combat stuff. In the same way, I guess, again, I have not been looking too densely at I have not been looking too densely at the, Sorry, I was trying to do the math on whether Swords Dance or Strong Style is better there. I haven't been looking too densely at the gameplay for Legend Z&A. I know that it is, like, a more battling, like, trainer battle-focused game. But what I don't know... Like, I know that, and I know that it seems like they are making the combat feel a lot more real-time. Like, from what I've seen, it looks like you're running around doing more stuff in real time. Or at least, like, your positioning in the area, like, has more to do with what you're doing. That's how it seems to me. And so it seems like they're really asking questions about how to do real-time gameplay stuff in conjunction with traditional Pokemon stuff. Again, like, I was saying it earlier, but I'll say it again. The best thing about the Switch era of Pokemon is, I think, in the places where you do see them trying things. And this is a conversation we've been having the entire Switch era, I feel like, right? Where, like, that's not new information. But what it is... What it is that, like... Motherfucker. You know, no matter what you can say about the flaws of this era, they're asking questions like that. Like, how can we make real-time stuff be a meaningful part of this game? They're asking what things can be meaningful parts of how this game feels to play in a way that they just haven't done previously. And that's really cool. That's really cool that they're doing that. That's not a good choice, but it's fine. And I hope they keep doing that. I hope whatever Gen 10 looks like, I hope they're doing that with it, and I hope the added amount of time to make it pays off. I hope I feel that I can play those games with, like, Nintendo doing so much stuff I don't like in terms of their overall practices. Enjoy your subway time, Reina. Like, mostly with pricing, but also with, like, Nintendo Online stuff. I think the fact that you need Nintendo Switch Online to get access to, the megas for the Kalos starters, I think that's, like, fucking egregious. I really think that's gross. Yeah, enjoy your subway surfing. And so, you know, I'm also asking myself questions about that stuff in terms of what I do and don't want to play. And to be honest, I've gotten a lot more open to the idea of choosing not to support a company I love with my money, and a lot more willing to be like, hey, this sucks right now. And it can be hard to, it can be hard to do that, right? It can just be hard to like, admit to yourself, fuck, they're making choices I really hate, and the only way to demonstrate how I feel about that is financially. But, I'm hoping that I can feel good about supporting them when that game comes out. I feel okay about it with, ZA, because I have a $30 GameStop gift card I need to use, and so I'm only giving them half the price of the game. And if there's any rebel act you can do against Nintendo, it's finding a way to buy one of their games for less than $60. That's really how I feel about that. Great job, everyone. Look at this normal man. I like Cleavor. Cleavor is cool. Those arms don't really make sense to me. Like, those are such spindly limbedlies. Goodbye! Lord Cleavor's mind has been put at ease. Very good job, everyone. Strange lightning, that's right. It is funny how the plot of this game is kind of like solving the mystery of what the plot of this game is. Okay. Camera back on, recording back off. You know what I'm going to do while I'm hitting A through this cutscene? I am going to go and call up the notes doc for Switch Pokemon games that I was keeping. Legends. Arceus notes I have down so far are crazy that holes in the sky are just striking Pokemon with lightning. And the thing I mentioned earlier about, like, the descendants of the ride Pokemon being descendants of, like, Pokemon that were Arceus's friends and stuff. I'm gonna add to that on the sheet, and I know you can't see the sheet, it's just gonna be for a second, so I'm not bothering to switch scenes. I am gonna add, Warden Pokemon battles are part of Game Freak trying to make real-time combat work in Pokemon. And Paddington, I saw what you said about being worried that the real-time combat stuff is going to make the games not work as much for you, and I do hear you. And then Pokedex is the most satisfying it's been. Give me one moment. Va-va-voom! Yeah, I don't go to GameStop really at all anymore. For several reasons. One of them being that the one that's closest to me just isn't the best option for games. I would rather go into Best Buy and have, like, ordered something ahead of time and it's just there. But when I moved down towards DC, I sold a lot of games on, like, Facebook Marketplace for cash, but there were a few that I couldn't sell that way, and so I just brought them into GameStop and went, hey, I know you're GameStop, but what can you do for me? And it was like a bunch of PS4 games, and they gave me $30 for them. When I say a bunch, I mean like 6 games. And honestly, some of them weren't really worth anything anyway. There was a steelbook of the first new Hitman game. That was kind of the most special one. It was really just a situation of I need to get rid of some of this shit, and I only have so much time to do it. But that credit's just been sitting there. I was going to use it to buy a copy of Expedition 33, but then I just ended up not picking that up, and I need to do that. They were right, that's the other thing, is when they're the only ones that have something. I stopped going to GameStop in part too because I had such a bad time pre-ordering. When Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, I got the version of it with the Steelbook and the Pro Controller, and I really like the Steelbook is just black with the fiery Smash logo in the middle, like that's nothing too special, but I know we could fast travel, but I'm yapping, so I'm just gonna run and yap for a minute. But I really wanted that Pro Controller. I really liked that Pro Controller, where it's the white handles and it just has the Smash logo on it. Can't go in water, Jay. We don't have that option yet. And so I tried to pre-order it through GameStop, and like 2 or 3 separate times I attempted it and thought I was good, and then my pre-order got canceled. I had to fight to get that edition of Smash Bros. Ultimate, because I did eventually pre-order it at GameStop, or at Best Buy. Did not do it at GameStop, as previously explained. And I pre-ordered it, and the day came. I get to my local Best Buy, and the lady at the order pickup counter was like the most... Best Buy employees I've generally met are like at worst overworked but happy to help you. This lady was like, go fuck yourself and fuck you for making me do my job. Like, this lady... I have never met an employee at a Best Buy who was radiating, I'll fucking kill you for talking to me the way this lady was. And it was the day Smash Ultimate came out. It's Volo! And I went in and I said, I'm here to pick up the special edition. And she very dismissively goes, yeah, just go to the back. We got a bunch of copies on the shelf back there. It's got the coin and everything, because there's a special, like, coin it came with. And I go, well, I got the edition with the steelbook and the Pro Controller. And she goes, yeah, that's the edition we have back there right on the shelves. You can just go and get one. And the way she's saying it is clearly, like, she's not completely listening to me and is just giving me the advice she's given for other people all day that's worked for people who pre-order the normal version of the game. And I go, like, are you sure? Like, she's like, hey, I'll cancel your pre-order because we just have copies back there. And I go, are you sure it's the version I'm, like, explaining to you that I pre-ordered? And she goes, yeah, no, it's back there. And she's clearly trying to get rid of me as fast as possible. And my dumb ass trusts her. And I say, oh, like, don't do this. Like, don't, if you aren't sure, do not do what I did, which is trust her and say, sure, go ahead, cancel the pre-order. Because sure enough, I go back to the games section of the Best Buy, and all the copies are the regular version of Smash Ultimate in the regular box, in the regular case, with this shitty metal coin that I don't care about. And so she has just canceled my pre-order for the special edition with the steel box and the Pro Controller. And I go back up, and I go, hey, please reinstate my pre-order. I assume if it's not here yet today, it's on the way. Which, like, can you please reinstate it? And she, like, just dead face, like, clearly doesn't care, goes like, yeah, sorry, there's nothing I can do. The pre-order's been canceled and there's nothing I can do. And I go, and I just kind of, like, am standing there helpless because this lady just, like, straight up, like, screwed me out of the version of a game that to go back for a moment, was trying and getting orders canceled with GameStop 3 different times, and finally got a pre-order in at Best Buy to fucking get. And, like, suddenly I'm just standing there on launch day, shit out of luck. And eventually I find the manager, I go up front and I say, hey, I'm sorry to do this, but, like, one of your employees just screwed me out of it, like, did not listen to me when I said what I was picking up, canceled my pre-order for what I was picking up, and now I have no way to get what I came here to pick up. Can you fix this? Can you get your manager so I can talk to him and try and fix this? Manager is, like, right nearby. Very nice guy, actually. He basically explains to me, like, look, like what I just explained, which is, like, I can't reinstate your pre-order, but those special editions are, like, on a truck that hasn't made it here yet. I think we're getting some today and some tomorrow. So, assuming that what you're saying is true, and, you know, that, like, he went and looked at my account afterwards to verify, but he was like, assuming your name was on one of these, I will, like, assuming we have one from the truck left over, I will hold it for you, I will write your phone number down, and I will call you and let you know that we have it for you. Like, we'll fix this. And he gave me his personal business card so I could keep his number. And I drive, shout-outs to Reina, to Ritalia in the chat for, like, I was sitting in my car in between leaving the store, having my pre-order canceled, and going back in to be like, hey, I need you to fix this, because I was like, I don't really know what to do, and she talked me through it. But anyway, I get like 10 minutes down the road, kind of dejected but hopeful, and the dude calls me and goes, hey buddy, good news, the truck just came in, come get your copy. Because sure enough, it was like, every other copy had someone's name on it that was, you know, like, and then I didn't. And so I went and got my copy that day after all. It was really nice. But yeah, that was, and so then the post-mortem on that story is I never saw that employee again. There's, and like, I told the guy, like, hey, I'm just asking you to trust me when I say I'm not the kind of person who would, like, say anything that could lead to getting anyone fired ever if it wasn't really fucking bad. Like, I know you don't know me, but I'm just, like, telling you I would not do that if it wasn't serious. That lady you have at the counter there, like, ruined my whole shit and did not listen to me at fucking all while I tried to explain what product I was here for. And, like, if she did it to me, she could do it to anyone else. Like, I felt like I was being gaslit by this person. It was fucking wild. And yeah, I never saw her again at that Best Buy, so there's a chance I got her fired. Which I don't feel great about, even if it was, like, vindictively for a good reason. I still don't feel good about it. About getting anyone fired, but I think I may have at the very least been like a contributing factor to her not working there anymore. Oh, hello. I don't remember what's going on with you at all. Hi, Vessa. Those echoey footstep sounds. Hisui's in a lot of danger. I'm gonna camera off and record just so I can get random, like, cutscene dialogue. But yeah, that's why I still go to Best Buy. I just stopped going to that Best Buy for a minute. But preceding all that was GameStop killing like 2 or 3 different pre-orders on that game. What is with the echoey everything? Just the sound of fabric rustling is echoey. The footsteps are echoey. We'll have to go find all these, all the spirit flames at some point. Back when I bought games for a company, it was mostly like 30 to 80. I'm trying to get to it. Oh, I have to use this bridge or you'll kill me. Offer was like a 20th of what people brought in. Yeah. Yeah, I have a cousin who runs a used game store in upstate New York. Shout out Pastime Legends in Troy. Who I've heard from about that kind of thing a bunch. Not a great way, but you didn't make this system. Yeah, exactly. Bad vibes, yeah. Vibes are a fake idea, kind of. I don't fault you for emitting rancid vibes, Seraph. Your rancid vibes are safe here. We celebrate your rancid vibes here. Jubilife Town theme good. I like it. Hi, Arezu. She doesn't look like she would go into a power stance and say something enthusiastically. Girl with permanent, like, alluring face on her face. Flat affect if I'm in a stressed professional environment and where line is, yeah. I mean, that's, like, you do what you gotta do to survive. Yeah, sell me more shit. Choi, Tao Hua. Interesting names in this. I'm just gonna go around and get some, quests. What, you want me to do a balloon game in town? I'm not doing that in town. I'm good. Looking at regular NPCs for a second reminds me, when this came out, My roommate and I, for a minute, were halfway convinced that they were, you know the thing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do, where in order to make all the NPCs in that game, they, made a bunch of Miis, and all of the, like, elements of Mii faces translated into facial affects on the character models in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. We thought for a minute that they had done that with the NPCs in this. And, like, looking at them now, they're a little too much like... And looking at them even at the time, they're a little too much like the models in Sword and Shield for that to be true. Damn. Quest that is give child 5 of your Pokeballs. Oh boy, grit dust. Yum, yum. Sure, friendship guy. See how friendly I am with Hibiscus. Very good. We're not going to do a million side quests right now, but we will do the Ponyta one, I think. Big Sis is talking about fire, Will-O-the-Wisp. I honestly did see one. You're at the Survey Corps, right? And you're quite the prodigy. Catch me a Will-O-the-Wisp. Ugh, excuse me. Let's investigate a peculiar Ponyta. Man, a Will-O-Wisp is a move. Spoken in the drawing of Madoka from Madoka Magica going, I am 14 years old. This guy wants to borrow a ground type Pokemon. Do I have more? You can't have Rick. Sorry, I'll come back to you another day. You simply cannot share him. You want a daytime share him. Let's go horse mode, Yota. We're gonna go to the Fieldlands and find that horse. First, I'm gonna put us on BRB for 1 second while I go get a little snack. Ta-ta for but a moment.
sometimes said to be heard playing in the swirling whirlpools and fast currents. Kopaka is the Toa of ice. Pohatu's stone region is the desert. He must avoid even the pale daylight of Matanui. Onua's earth region is a well-hidden place. Tahu is the Toa of fire. He must stay well clear of fire. Click here to leave Bionicle. It is said that Leiwa shall use his instinct and bravery to make his way in the world. You press the escape button. Do you want to quit? Kopaka's ice region is near the volcano. A small tribe of Tohunga lives here. The tools of the Toa, the tools of the Toa, the tools of the Toa, the tools of the Toa. Good. You completed another challenge, but remember, you have to complete all 6 to get the full game. Onua is the Toa of Earth. Kanoe Ruru. All that is truly known is that his lair could be in every shadow. Kanoe Matatu. Turaga Vakama. Nokama carries an enormous fork. Vakama lives in Takoro. Congratulations! You have completed all 6 challenges, and I award you access to the full game, with ability to play several levels and achieve high scores. Good luck! Gali is sometimes said to be heard playing in the swirling whirlpools and fast currents. Kopaka is the Toa of ice. Pohatu's stone region is the desert. He must avoid even the pale daylight of Matanui. Onua's earth region is a well-hidden place. Tahu is the Toa of fire. He must stay well clear of fire. Click here to leave Bionicle. It is said that Leiwa shall use his instinct and bravery to make his way in the world. You press the escape button. Do you want to quit? Kopaka's ice region is near the volcano. A small tribe of Tohunga lives here.
You know what? Actually, hold on. Okay. You know what? One of the worst things that can happen to you is when you're a Costco guy, as I now am, is you can buy a 20-pack of a snack that kind of sucks. And you just don't know it's gonna suck until you're in it. Hold on. I'm trying to get the friggin' game audio to come through on this screen. Oh well. I bought a big box of these Aussie bar banana walnut bars. And I don't know, they kind of taste like feet. It's one of the things where, like, it's just soft and fruit and nut, and you kind of wish there was, like, oats in there. The good news is I also have a giant box of Popcorners popcorn chips, and I have a spicy queso bag of those. And those I know are good. So I have multiple snacks. Anyway, back to it. Chop, chop. Let's go horse hunting. Let's hunt a horse. Let's hunt a horse, please. Oh, you've got something for us, too. Cricket-tot time. It's cricket-tot time. Except it's not. It's horse time. Thanks, yo. I have my reflex on mentally to, like, always be scanning visually for shiny Pokemon at all times, forgetting that as Tim bemoans whenever he and I do our Wednesday night fun times, this is the one game where they give you a sound effect for the shinies. A thing that they promptly ditch. There you are. Oh, it's an unusual pony top. I do love... Wait a minute, where'd it go? There it is. They do just hand you this shiny on a platter, don't they? That's right. That's why when you see a horse, you feed a horse. Get that guy some oats. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Yeah, it is the same as Red Gyarados. Yeah, you're right. How high level are you? High enough. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, I definitely wasn't just annoying your mom. I definitely wasn't just thinking about capturing your mom. Getting my ball. Well, alright. Anything else we can get while we're here? It's probably time to let the plot just bring us to the second area. Because I feel like everything else in this area is across that impassable riviera. Like that's where Infernape lives and everything. Tweedledee, tweedledee, it's the sound of the police. Tweedledee, tweedledee, it's the sound of the beast. Attack the Block soundtrack, full soundtrack, Cricketot only version. That's a good movie. Attack the Block's a great movie for back when John Boyega had an acting career. What the fuck happened? He must still be in things and I just don't know it. Cause like he's good. You know what? I saw the movie The Woman King in like 2021. Good undersung action movie of the last few years. And he's in that as like the king of an African city-state, I think. Yeah, nothing. Obviously nothing is big in public, but even then it's like, you know, Michael B. Jordan is in plenty of other high-profile things. He's, you know, Ryan Coogler's guy. I'm pulling names out. Oscar Isaac is obviously in a million other things. It just kind of sucks that John Boyega, like, it'll be nice to see him in something else big that allows him to really spread his wings and not be the initially second build, eventually like fourth build actor in the Disney Star Wars series. Hold on. Half of that bar fell apart all over my desk. They're bad bars, folks. Let's see. While we're here, I hate to wait until night for that one. Yeah. He definitely got blacklisted from Disney stuff. I remember that. I remember the article you're talking about. It was a great read, and he was right to do it. But yeah. Have we completed the Pokedex entry for Starly? Let's find out. Yeah, I hope he's able to get, like, I don't know, if he wants to work on smaller projects, let him do that or something, you know? I just hope the guy's still getting work. Only other thing I think I've seen him in Attack the Block, which is really good. And I feel like maybe also one other thing that's slipping my mind, but then the third thing is Pacific Rim Uprising, which critics everywhere raved was a movie. I remember that movie. One of the main things I remember from Pacific Rim Uprising is that he starts that movie with a weird monologue about how, like, if you let... He says, he's, like, talking about living life on the streets, and, like, I think he lives in, like, a small community that, like, is kind of in the aftermath of the kaiju fights, and he's like, if you let him fuck you over with your rent, then they're gonna fuck you over on your hot sauce. And there's a shot of him getting like a giant package of sriracha. And for some reason, I just remember him talking about hot sauce clearer than anything else in that movie. Saw that movie on a bad second date. Or, I don't know, last date. There's one good thing about Pacific Rim Uprising, and that was the mass-produced white robots that look like the end of Ava mass-produced units. They cloned Tyrone. I've been meaning to watch that forever. Thank you. And he produces. I guess that makes a lot of sense. You know who I'm really surprised hasn't put out a new movie is Jordan Peele. Like, I really liked Nope. I think Nope and Us are really good. I know Get Out is the one everyone talks about, and I think Get Out's good too. I just need to revisit it. I haven't seen that movie since like right when it came out. But I like his movies a lot, and I know he produced Him, which is like new in theaters right now. And at first I thought Him was a new movie of his, but he just produced it. I don't know what he's working. Presumably he's working on something. All right, very good. Let's do some main plot stuff. Doesn't he have one coming out this week? That's Him, which is a movie he produced. I don't know who directed that offhand. But as far as... Because I also like in every trailer for that movie, they've had his name big and up front on it. But as producer and not anything else. Yeah, well, because from the trailer, it looks like it could be one of his movies. Like, it looks like it could be a Jordan Peele movie. For sure. It's Ursaluna time! It's time to go meet our friend the teddy bear! Ursaluna's warden wouldn't give me the time of day. Is that the old lady? I think that's the really old lady. Mistress Kabbalah or Kalaba. Yeah, narrow-minded and bound by tradition. That sounds right. Alright, Crimson Zone. Oh, that's right! He's doing that Kojima thing. I think that's the one where they showed the trailer and it was just like a photorealistic shot of like a little girl screaming into the camera, looking terrified. Does that sound right? I think that sounds right. I think we're at second rank. Oh, wait, no. No, first star member. Oh, never mind. There we go. Yeah, exactly. And then we all cheered video games. That's true. That is literally true. Now use feather balls. We now have Pokemon up to level 30. Alright. Solaceon Ruins. Solaceon? It's gotta be Solaceon. I've never known how to say that word. Mr. Hideo Kojima. Death Stranding 2 came out this year, and I don't feel like I've heard a lot of people talking about it. Like, I feel like I may even know people who don't know that it's out. Nothing against it. This is just funny. What's up, Ginter of the Ginkgo Guild? I'll take the smoke bomb set. That sounds advantageous. That sounds pretty good. Hello, Thule. Sword cap. Waiting for it on the PC. Yeah, that's fair. Let's one more time for the sake of footage. Hello, Akari. Yeah, fuck it. Show me that rat. My movie's at 4. Theater's very close by. I will probably end around 3:45. Hey, I appreciate it, Seraph. Yeah, this is a walking distance movie theater. I see a lot of movies in the theater these days because I am in walking distance of 2 different theaters. It's fun. Stella Luna, no! There is a lot of, man, that baby is surprisingly strong. Also, why wasn't I using Bite? That's a psychic type Pokemon. I mean, anyone can finish it off. Yeah, I also, end of the month, they have been screaming. They've been screaming. Everyone in your local movie theater is shouting loudly in terror at The Conjuring 4. No one's doing that at that. Shit. I thought I was gonna get a chance to switch Pokemon. I'm sorry, Hibiscus. But they've been screening Mamoru Hosoda's first few movies. Who is the guy who did Summer Wars, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And Wolf Children and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which is upcoming. They've been screening them all in 4K. Like, they're all getting really nice 4K versions right now. And I have been lucky enough to see the first 2 of those being screened in theaters. That's been really fun. And I'll be doing that with The Girl Who Leapt Through Time next weekend. Oh, I like that Mudslap obscures me. That's fun. Go get him, Rick! Let's get swampy with it! We are getting gunky. Yeah, let's catch some stuff. One of my proudest catches in this game when I first played it was definitely finding a shiny Rosalia somewhere. Or it might have been a Badoo first, I forget. But I just know I like seeing that little face. Hello, friend. Okay. So anything I can get rid of in my satchel? Well, here's what I know I can do. Craft Pokeballs until I can't. Craft Revives until I can't. Craft Potions until I can't. Hello, you freaking freak. No one's happy to see a Carnivine. Just like, no one is like, oh, fuck yeah, it's Carnivine. Let's go. There's a subcategory of nuts. It's just one of the most grass type and grass types. No one's thrilled when that motherfucker comes to town. What is my Pokedex looking like for Paris? Can catch more. Can evolve one. We'll do a little catching. Yeah, I also caught a shiny Carnivine in this game, and that was my exact feeling. I was like, yeah, I guess. Alright. I'll do more Mirelands recording when we're a little freer to run around it. I guess we are free to run around it. But I don't feel like we're doing anything right now that's, like, crucial. Right now, we're sort of just doing stuff. And let's see, Ursaluna is the Pokemon that we get to ride on here, and the Warden here is, Lilligant. Lilligant what dances? Danceagent. Who is in here? Are you going to be a Burmy? Yup. Alright, everyone, it's the worst bug of all time. Everyone get excited for the worst bug of all time. Let's find out if Burmese seems like, if you were to tell me this Pokemon is surprisingly heavy, I believe you. There we go. Asked and answered. What are you packing under that sand cloak? Die. Burmese sucks ass, but at least there's 3 of them. Yeah, it do be like that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll catch more of these. Hello. You motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, I'm just sort of running around doing this for a minute. Got 10 more of those. Very nice. Castor Fern. The Digimon demo for the new one? No, I don't know a lot. I have not. I haven't played the Cyber Story games really at all. I'd like to though. I would not be opposed. Is it? I know Cyber Sleuth people really liked. And then there was a second one that people seemed more mixed on. From a great distance did I observe any of this. I don't know, like, anyone's detailed opinions. That's just the impression I got. Cool. Yeah, I think I've seen ads for it. Truly, the thing I'm waiting for that we'll never get is the Shin Megami Tensei games, of which Persona is a spin-off series. I think people know that, but Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, there's 2 of them, and they were both on the DS and then ported to the 3DS. Those games are really good. They're like grid-based tactical strategy games like Fire Emblem, but with the, like, you know, you're capturing stuff that you're putting in your squad of it all. I really like those 2 games. I think they're really good. The 3DS remakes are good ways to play them. I think it's Devil Survivor Overclocked and Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker, I think. Two in particular, I remember really being like genuinely pretty impressed with like the scenario design. Digimon World's Next Order. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's the one I've seen ads for. Is that the one that's like about to come out? I know there's also, isn't Digimon Survive also a game? Boy, do I want a Ghastly? Do we want a Funky Gengar hanging out with us? Would that be fun? It's fun to be able to use the trade evolutions when normally it would be a pain in the ass, you know? No. I guess it's not fun. Fuck this orb. Fuck this bird is what I said for a second. Time Stranger is the one. Okay, got it. That's the one I've seen an ad for. That's definitely what I've seen the ad for. I recognize that name. Well, there might well be a world where I play that. That's right. I remember hearing that there was an element. I remember hearing about something about Survive that made me go, oh, that one's not for me then. And I'd forgotten what it was. Thank you for reminding me what it was. Sadly, I don't speak visual novel. I just don't. I just don't. What do you want? I am the go-getter from the Survey Corps. You want to see Roselia? Me too. I've only seen Badoo so far. Let's do a little switching. Let's do a little switching. We don't need that big barrel. I was keeping Stantler in the team, thinking about would a psychic type be fun to have. But I don't know if Weird Ear is really something we need desperately. I think we'll keep him until we see something we like better. You, though, I'm excited to have around. What's up, buddy? All right, what's Ghastly gonna be called? We have no theming. We have no, for those who didn't see us do renaming earlier, Hibiscus is named after a character from a book, because when I started replaying this, I was reading A Desolation Called Peace, the sci-fi novel, and so I was naming characters after characters from that series. Hibiscus is named after the character 9 Hibiscus, or maybe it's 19 Hibiscus. No, it's 19 ads and 9 Hibiscus. But after that, it all goes to shit. Stella Luna's named after my cat. Rick is Rick, but spelled fun. Pumble is Pumble. That's right, Niels. Yeah, originally they were all Memory and Desolation characters. Stella Luna was previously Seagrass after 3 Seagrass. What if we just called the ghost type Desolation? Poison for the character Poison from Poison. Alright, what's up, Desolation? Post-game, when I was just running around doing quests and, like, post-game stuff in this, I caught the, there's, like, that one really strong alpha Garchomp you can catch on the snow map. I caught that, and for some, I don't know, I am not even a fan of this series, but I named it Roach after, Geralt's horse from The Witcher. I don't know why, but Roach the Garchomp ended up really sticking for me. How is Stella Luna? Why, she's great. When I went BRB earlier, I went to go check on her to see if I could kidnap her and bring her on screen, but she's seeping. There's a little cardboard box in the corner of my room that an external modem came in, or an external hard drive, and sometimes she just likes to seep in it. It's like perfect square-shaped cat-shaped. It's awesome. Oh, Pumble! And she is 2 years old. She's a slightly small 2-year-old. But she is allegedly about 2 years old. And I love her very much. She's great and I love her very much. I could have caught that Carnivine. What am I doing? Not catching that Carnivine, that's for sure. Oh, this is some of my favorite music in this game. I like this one. This guy's talking about dodging. Stabby Boona. Yeah, I think she's still sleeping in my room. Hello, Kabbalah. She's heard of us. People were saved by our actions, but she thinks we could have done better. I do genuinely think it's a really good plot point. I'm gonna write this down. I do think it's genuinely a really good plot point that, like, people who don't use Pokeballs kind of shun people who do a little. They're like, what the fuck is that? Like you're the first guy to ever see a dog be put on a leash, you know? No, it does make sense. Yeah, I like it. Prefers not to be distracted. Look at you and your plants. You want me to show you the strength that could quell a frenzied lord? Let me heal my shit, and then I can show you the strength. I hit the wrong button. I guess I'm showing you the strength that quelled a frenzied lord right now. Look at you and your egg. Out here bonding like it's Digimon. Yeah, it is, you know, anytime they show Pokemon and people that are just like friends that hang out together, it does make the existence of the Pokeball feel increasingly weird. Alright, Hibiscus. Kill that baby! Kill that baby! Or not. Even strong style, huh? Even strong style wasn't enough. There's the Gibster. Oh, Biscus. Oh, Hibiscus. You have levitate. Let's do that. All right, Desolation. It's your first outing. I can't poison you because you're ground. Astonish! Boo! Nice crit. And then let's just crank up that Hex. Hell yeah! Good job, Desolation. You really Desolationed the shit out of those guys. Yeah, I think we'll probably wrap up in a few minutes here. Stolen? I didn't steal nothing! Bandits pillaged the ruins and made off with a fragment of the wall engraving. The misfortunes! I forgot about the misfortunes! They're funny. Niels, congrats on defeating PowerPoint Hell! Yippee! Well, okay. Is there anything here we haven't found? We do need a Carney Divine. Please don't ride your deer in the temple. Sir! Sir! You come in here with your orbs, your balls of capture, and then you ride your animal. You ride your weird dog all over the place. Sir, this is a quiet place meant for contemplation. Sir! Sir, the echoes! God forbid it poops in there. Just realized these grasses are the same color gradient as Hisui and Lilligant, with the like green to pink. I'm pretty sure that's the same way its legs look. I don't want to catch any more of these freaks. Die. What is further down this way? Oh. Oh, a big boy. You're You're terrifying. You're level 45. Whoa, God. Turn the other way. Keep looking that way. Please don't. Don't look over here. I don't want to be cooked. I don't want to be cooked. Very good. Survival tactics, survival singing on point. I gotta work on that satchel space. I gotta go see that guy, like, as many times as humanly possible. But yeah, I'm just kind of going around right now. Just looking around. You're normal level range. For me to kill. Yeah, you gotta talk to the satchel guy. One of the silliest things I ever did was not realize in Breath of the Wild, it just didn't click with me for some reason that the whole reason Hestu exists is that you can go to him to expand your inventory. Didn't get the whole way through, but I got like halfway through that game without ever knowing about that. What do these give us? Okay. Oh, hello, baby. Now that's, I mean, if we want a psychic type, now that's a psychic type. Excuse me. I'm working over here. I don't really need another one of those. This is all walkable? Yeah, this is all walkable. Oh, hey, Rosalia. Where is... This is the map that Turtwig lives on. It might be somewhere I can't get to yet. I really don't remember. Come on. Hey, the frog is with us. Hi. Enter my orb. Alright, I am now basically just running around looking for any other Pokemon we haven't caught yet. What I should do is probably wrap things up here, so I can kind of regroup on my own time and keep playing from there. We'll stream this again. I may be a little further along when we do, we'll see. What is down here in the soup? But thanks for joining for the Sunday, whatever we decide to stream show. I am going shortly to go see a movie. It's a movie I've seen several times, and I'm sure, like all of those times, it'll be good. Great. Hippo, hippo, hippo time! We can do one more. Oh, because you're right here. I love your derpy face. I love your dopey face. Oh, okay. I guess I'm killing you. Hibiscus taking the dominant position up on the rock. You get him, buddy. Just keep in mind that his wizard cloak is in fact a Welsh rugby jacket for his local college, and it really improves the movie. That's really fucking funny. That's a really funny way to look at that. Oops, I just made us eat shit there. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna return to camp. I'm gonna return our Pokedex results. And we're gonna end. Beautiful. T-pose at him, Hibiscus. You can do it! Yeah, that is really funny. I mean, it also looks like, and I know this is also just based on the same thing, but it also, looks like Leon's fucking cape in Sword and Shield. Which I know is also just one of those jackets, but that's just quite funny to me. His name is Howl, you're right. We will continue our excursion. We will... Oh, hello, Mannered55. Thank you so much for raiding with your party of 2. We are literally about to end stream, but I can at the very least scoop you up and take you with us somewhere new and wonderful. We have just been playing a little Legends Arceus to retrospect about it. I would extend the amount of time I'm streaming, but I literally have to leave to see a movie. But thank you so much for raiding. I will pick you up like baby birds and carry you off to... I don't know, who's fucking streaming right now? Who's streaming right now? Now wait a minute. Alright, now that's rather funny. If you will bear with me as I do this. We are gonna raid Mega64's Twitch, and the reason we're doing that is that Johnny, who is one of their folks, is currently watching all of the Nostalgia Critic movies. Thank you for the follower. Again, I'm sorry you've come in right as we're ending. I do have to go see Howl's Moving Castle in IMAX, or I'll die. So for now... Farewell into that good night.
This was mainstream? Yeah, dude.